Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Myla from DKM Echo team. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can launch your very first AI agent in just minutes. No coding, no delays, just a smooth and simple start. But before I do that, I would want to give you an overview of DKM Echo, who we are, and what we do. So DKM Echo has been existing since 2012, and we provide innovative technology and data-driven solutions to support businesses in growing their global presence. With decades of expertise, a strong technical team, DKM helps enterprises drive transformation and seamless market expansion. We have around 200 plus staff situated globally to ensure that our clients are well supported. So, I'm going to provide an overview of Intercom and introduce Fin, Intercom's powerful AI capability that can be leveraged to deliver an even better customer service. Let me bring you to the next slide. Okay, so Intercom started out as a live chat in 2011 and then gave a complete customer service platform. So when we think about providing support across any channels, whether it's email or chat or phone or SMS or WhatsApp, any socials and so on, Intercom will be able to help out as well. A little trivia, 2 years ago, with the rise of AI, Intercom was the first one to adapt. In fact, the OpenAI, or when OpenAI started out as a company, Intercom already worked with OpenAI, and during the time, OpenAI or was developing its first AI agent. So after 3 months, when ChatGPT became publicly available, Intercom has already its first AI agent, and that is the first in the market. So in short, we started it out. And so when we started it out getting the AI chat for AI agent, then um, we also have the highest resolution rate of data across different AI providers, which we have at least 86% of resolution rate. In fact, the two top leading AI companies in the world currently, that's OpenAI and Anthropics, are both using Intercom's AI agent. So we are currently the number one in the market when it comes to providing the most human like, most accurate responses. And Intercom's Fin AI does not only handle repetitive questions or your common FAQs, but also can handle complex questions. You see, here are some of the companies that we've worked with. We have around 30,000 companies who has been using the Intercom's customer service platform. And with the introduction to public the Fin AI, we currently have around 5,000 companies who has been using the Fin AI of Intercom. Now, with the rise of AI, customer behavior expectations is changing as well. That's what we notice. And just talking specifically in APAC countries like Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, these countries are heavy in using mobile apps. They're very heavy in digital, and these are people that just want to get information as quickly as possible in the palm of their hands. And who doesn't want that, right? And that's where Intercom adapted actually the strategy to be the first AI company. So what Intercom built is an AI agent that is seamless self-improving system. So essentially, you are able to power a single connected system. You put or you ingest all your content, all your data, all your article into Intercom, and then AI agent is able to learn from it so that when customer first reach out, whatever AI can handle, it will resolve the issue. That's guaranteed. So um so when and anything anything that is not able to handle it, that's the time wherein your human agents can handle or take over. And that way, we can remove a high volume of tasks from your team so that they could focus more on a more complex and more impactful task, and let your AI be the front line of support for your customer. So when we think about this AI strategy, this whole picture in providing support, there are three main players. One is your customer, the ones that's receiving support. So for your customer, we have AI agent available. That's what we call Fin, which asks as your frontline customer to your, I mean, frontline support to your customer. And then on the back end, because Intercom has this beauty wherein everybody who uses the customer service ecosystem has the leverage to use the AI. So in the back end, you could see a co-pilot. For the co-pilot, this actually acts as their support. They could use the leverage of AI so that they could give fast answer to their customer. And also, whatever documentation that needed that you have, say for example, there are things that your employee should know but shouldn't be publicly available, or it should not be accessed in public, then that we could easily do so. You could just input it in the Copilot. So anytime your agents need to reference that, they can easily do it. And for the business leaders or the company leaders and the managers, it gives actually the whole holistic view and gives you the understanding what's working, what's not working, where are the gaps. So the AI insight is able to give you a feel and the look what we can improve on, what are the recurring issues, what were the issues that the customer has been asking, where we can improve, where you can invest more. So all of those available housing in one data platform. At the end of the day, AI is only good as what you feed it with. So that's why whatever the source and the data that you have, it's very important that AI would really work well. And outside AI, we are actually a complete service platform. So when we think about a platform, the whole customer service platform, you will have a centralized inbox, and that includes different channels, like I've mentioned earlier, that we provide support aside from live chat. That could be whether it's an email or an SMS or a phone or a call, any messengers. Those are readily available within Intercom, as well as that you can connect and have centralized view of all those conversation. You will be able to build a knowledge base or a help center. You could build a workflow that doesn't need coding. You could create automations, and you will also be able to track how well the team is going. When it comes to that, like say for example, how well they're good in providing customer service experience. And one of the game changer with the intercom is that there is an integration with over 450 apps natively, meaning to say that whatever CRM or system that you're using, that is possible. And outside of that, if you're looking to connect your in-house CRM or your in-house system, Intercom is an open AI architecture, which means as long as we're able to reference an endpoint and make that API call, we can have the two systems connected or talking to each other. So imagine that convenience that you're still able to use your current platform that you have and then intertwine it with Intercom. Plus, we take pride that Fin AI has zero hallucination. So, meaning to say, the AI will not go across the public web to find answers. It will only follow whatever source that you feed it with. So, if it doesn't have the source, it will not hallucinate for any other answers. If it's not included in the source, in the article, or in whatever documentations that you have ingested inside Intercom, It will not look for any answers. But say, for example, if you see that AI is not really providing the most accurate answers, we've actually built a way for you to train the AI, which we call guidance. So you can actually train AI now so that it matches with your branding, it matches with your sound, with your knowledge, and how you want to speak with your customers. So this is like similar on how you would train a human agent. So you could now train the AI in the way you want that as well with your human agents. So that's the overview of the intercom, and I would want to bring you now to the mock site, which is where you could see a a site wherein, let me just double check here, you could see all the dashboard, everything that your system. Imagine that this is your CRM that you connected it to intercom, and then what you do here, the first thing that you could see is this one. Here, intercom, this is where it is more personalized, where you can see if your customers are registered or logged in, it has their name showing in here. There's also a help center wherein they could ask if they would just go for frequently asked questions and doesn't need a human interaction. Everything is in here, and they could send you a message actually. What's the best part about this? It's very customizable. You could create a workflow wherein which part should be taken care of the Fin AI and which part would be taken care of by your human agents. Or say, for example, if the customer would want to speak directly to a human agent. So here, just text something like, change my subscription. Basically, as we all know, in almost all of the company, if not all, there's like steps, there's like processes, there's like SOPs or protocols. This one, if you think that it doesn't need human support from your agents, then basically you just give them an article that saves time both from your customer and from your team as well, which they could do more meaningful tasks. So this is where, say for example, I would want to really speak to a human. Let's try this one. Talk to a human. So this way, I am already informed by Finn that waiting for a teammate, and then there's already someone who would take care of me. I could wait for it. So this one. Now let me give you one of few of the best features of Intercom once you integrate it to your system. Firstly, Intercom has like 45 language where you could respond. Say for example, if your customer comes in, type a questions in English, Finn would answer the question, would mimic it into English as well. If the customer would type into Japanese characters in Japanese language, Intercom is able to answer in Japanese language as well. Now here, these are the best part when it comes to in servicing your customer. You have, I'll start from below, the help center article. It's very easy, wherein if I am also your customer and I just really need very simple questions, if you have all your knowledge or help base, I could just quickly look for it and ta-da, it's here. It would give me it would save me so much time. Also, say for example, if I am doing something, if I'm I'm doing a survey, or I'm presenting a product right now and I wanted to survey, or even the customer service satisfaction, we could do that as well. Here, when your customer log in after the service, you could show this and they could rate you. Obviously, you could customize everything, but for just for an example, currently, how would you like to recommend us to your colleagues or your friends? I would click 10. How satisfied are you with our product? I'll click very satisfied, and that's it. These are customizable as well. So that's sample for the survey. Product tour. These are these are really good when it comes to if you have new features. So it's easy. Not there's no need for them to call you, or you send out newsletters about whatever new features you have in your services or in your product. But this product tour is a game changer wherein you bring it right through your customer. So when they log in, this is all they could see right away. Even if, especially for the customers who are not informed right away when they see this, then basically they would automatically know, oh, okay, there's new product, and it would pique your interest and somehow guided them. That would actually lessens interaction from your customer that needs human support from your agents. That's take care of the problem, and that's a save time for your team. Now here, the checklist, this is for, say for example, for the onboarding of your staff, or any when they sign up for your new CRM that you're offering. So it guided them completely. That's for the checklist. Let's go for other features like banner. If there's like an announcement, important announcement, outages, um, maintenance schedule. So, and you could also add there like estimated time of estimated time of restoration or anything like that. It's very easy and it's the palm of their hand right away because they could see it when they go to their um, site. You could also see large posts. It would give it some time, or let me just refresh it. So for the large post, there you could see there's a large post, whatever. If you want to welcome a teammate or a new employee or a new customer even, large post and small post is the same, and so as well as the custom bot. This would depend on the workflow. Actually, it is very easy, because this is targeted. Say for example, if I am a customer, obviously I know what I wanted to ask from your company. So this is more targeted. It skips and it saves time from the customer having, do you need this? What do you need? Can you give us more information about it? And this one, if the reason of the customer, I wanted to speak to sales, automatically it will connect to sales. If I wanted to, you know about pricing or anything, even schedule, or I want to request a demo of the product, it really saves time and make it easy actually to your customers or even to your target clients. And yeah, that's it so far with this. And I would want to bring you to the back end. Oh, but before that, like I mentioned earlier in the overview, that Intercom has been the two of the leading AI company uses Intercom. One is the Open AI. If you could see here in the help center, they're using Intercom. So Intercom, they are using the system of Intercom, which gives them leverage to their customers. It's either they could reach out exactly the same if they would want to reach out, depending on their process. Here, they would want to ask questions. It would ask if, you know, if their customers are logged in or not, registered or not. So is Anthropics. They're also using in their knowledge base or support. Everything in here, you could see all the information, and that is also powered by Intercom. So here, let me bring you to the back end of Intercom. The back end of Intercom is where you could see these main features. So we have the inbox, the Fin AI, the knowledge base, the reports, the outbound, and the contact. But I would want to first bring your attention to this one. Everybody who uses Intercom, like I've mentioned, whether you're a customer or you are a staff, you have a leverage of using the Copilot, and not only that, support directly from Intercom team. So in my case, if I needed something, or if I'm confused of anything, if I have questions about settings or any feature of Intercom, it is like one button away that we have support from Intercom. How good is that, right? So now let me bring you to the Fin agent. Firstly, AI, or the AI agent, is good as what you are feeding them. And it's like a human agent as well, that you have to feed information, you have to train them, and you think that they're ready. That's the time you deploy them. So in this case, Fin, we have to train them, we have to test, we have to analyze their performance, and then basically before we deploy them, before we see that they are ready. Let's go for train. So now, what does the number one thing that you need your AI to know? Obviously, one is you have to feed all the information on how you would want Finn to handle your customer. Like in my case, um, I will prepare Finn that he has to have all the information that he needed to know to provide to our customer. So how could I do that? There's so many ways. One thing, how could I ingest my information or from the website or any article is here. One is from the website, as easy as 1, 2, 3. I just need to get a link from whatever content that I would want to get it from. Say, for example, I'll copy my website, input it here, give it like 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how huge or how bulk the content you have, but it will not definitely take like no less than 10 minutes. And then boom, everything is in there as easy as 1, 2, 3. If you could see, say for example, let me try what the product that I ingested here is Tableau. So I just wanted to check first if Finn could give me the right information. And obviously, Finn gets this information from the link from the website of Tableau that it has been feeding with. So this is what it's giving me, the information about Tableau. I could see I just ingested something about desktop. It is still syncing. I would know that it's already prepared by one. I will get a notification via email that and everything that I have ingested is already. And I would also see if it's already enabled. So that's one thing. If you're a Zendesk user, you could sync as well your information from Zendesk. You could create your own article if you wanted. Like say for example, if you have new announcement, new features, new promotions, this you could create it from scratch. You could also create snippets. You could create or upload PDF files, and obviously you could create as well your customs answer. As easy as that. Now, once you've provided all the information to your Fin, you now train him or you guide him how you want Fin to present talking to your customers. This is where you wanted to design how he speaks to the customers. That's it sticks within your branding. It speaks like the knowledge base is really coming from your company or from your organization. So here, the basic guidance is an option wherein what's the tone of your Fin or your AI. By the way, I keep on saying Fin. The name of the AI's um Intercom AI is Fin. So we call it Fin AI. So in my case, I want Fin's tone to be neutral and the answer is length, or I could have an option as well if there are cases that really needs to be thorough or concise, then I could just direct it. I could test whether it is copying, and the more I practice, the more I train to ask Finn, the more it would pick up how I want him to speak and how to converse with your customer. Other than the tone, there's also the communication style. You could also create and customize your own. Say, for example, if there's a frustrated customer, how would your Fin would want to respond after customer is already venting out or ranting, or Fin is encountering an irate customer. So this is where you could see like what is the process of your handover escalation. What is say for example in escalation guidance, if escalate when the user says already I need to talk to a human, so right away when Finn sees this, he would automatically transfer this to a human agent. That's one. Now, let me, after we feed him with information, after we train him how we wanted to see he converse with your customer, we have to test Finn first. Again, we have to train. At the end of the day, they're only good as what we're feeding them. That's why we have to train. Training Finn is you keep on asking questions just to ensure that they're given the right information. Like in my case, say for example, I mean, there's a lot of ways. You could ask questions, you could upload a CSV file, you could even manually type um, manual questions. Say, for example, in my case, let's find here. Can I do a free trial of the blue products? Yes, it's good. But say, for example, for now, just for now, Finn gave me, I think Finn gave me a poor answer. Just for an example, I could tag here poor and I would tell him why I rated his answers poor. So maybe the tone wasn't right, or the length is too long or is too short based on how I trained him, or he didn't speak the right language. So this way, Finn is also learning from you. Then you could add internal notes. But in my case, he has given me the good answers. Now, there's so many questions because what we did is we um upload a bulk question so that we would know. So these are just the demo. Now, once I see that the Fin is already has already the information, I taught him how I want him to converse. I've tested him and I think he's really good. I could easily deploy Fin. So by deploying the Fin, there's two kinds. There's either in chat and email and phone. Now, in our case, for the sake of this demo, this is only connected in chat in Messenger. As you can see here, this is in Chinese. So I have an option to just automatically transfer it to English. Where's English? There. Okay. And it would automatically change into English or anything. Um, what is the difference? If you could see here in the chat, there's simple deploy and advanced deploy with workflows. What we have is simple deploy. Here, the only difference is, remember when upon guiding Finn, we teach us how Finn we want to behave when it comes to answer. So if we choose this, automatically whatever or the customer would come in and ask for questions, whatever questions that it would ask to Finn, Finn would behave in the way we have designed him to behave, like the tone, about the length of the responses, how to respond, whether it's already a frustrated customer, if it's requested for escalation. That's where you could see it. But now, what is the difference of advanced deploy with workflows? I'm not sure if you heard me earlier that workflows is very easy. You don't need also to um, you don't need a code to create a workflow. Workflow are processes to make your system easy. Say, for example, you have the steps on how you would want to provide answers to your customer. Here in the case, ours is not live. We opted to just stay in a simple deploy. But if you wanted a workflow that's really targeted to your customer, you could do that as well. If you choose this one, it will override your simple workflow. So say, for example, if Finn answers like uh, um, escalate to a talk to a human, but in your workflow, you created now that de-escalate first before transferring to a human. Now, Finn will not follow this um, deployment, but it will focus more on the workflow that is now assigned to him. Let me bring you to the workflow. For the workflow, as you can see here, we have a lot already that we have created, meaning to say we already trained Finn on how to respond in every scenario. But say, for example, there's an option, by the way, here. It's either you would want to create from the template that is prepared already. So you have the option if you would want to create. There's a lot of options here. Or if you wanted to create from scratch. In my case, what I wanted to do is I started from scratch. And this is more on when the customer visit the page, what's going to happen. In my case, for this service is I have an inbound and outbound service. Now, when the customer would, so meaning to say inbound and outbound, they could chat to us right away, or if they opted that they want our team to call them, we could do that as well. Or if they don't want to chat or call us, just request for our services and quotation, we could do that as well. Only for this example. So what are the information I need to collect first so that to ensure that I have all the information I could get back to the customer. In my case, if the customer would click talk to a human, then basically I will just collect all the information, the phone number and the email, and then automatically one of the team member assigned to it will be able to take care of the customer right away. That way, if there are information that the customer needed to collect from the, our agent needed to collect from the customer, we don't need to ask what's your information, what is your phone number, what's your email, because we outright automatically collected it. And at the same time, whatever information we collected it can be created as a database which goes through here. So each of your customer through the contacts. So each of the customer who logs into your website, and depending on the collection of data that you chose, then it would save, and you would know it can be it can be segregated as like leads or visitors or whatever, which I'll show you later. But in my case, first, with the workflow, talking to a human, this is what I collected. Call me, obviously, for call me, I would want to collect the phone number, the name, and the best time to call. And for the quotation, I would ask for the name and email because that's how we do it. So, for the preview of the workflow that we just created, I just wanted to see this one. Let's check how it would work in the viewer of the user. So I'll click preview. And just for the sake of this sample purpose, this is actually how it would look like. Um, Preview of the user, but let's use our partner company. Let's really go to the website where you could see it here. Let's use this one. And it would bring me to a partner page, which is Asia DT. Now, imagine that this is your page and you could see everything in here. The one that I created earlier, there's talk to human, there's call me, there's request for code. Exactly how I wanted Finn to collect the data. So now, just an example, I would want I would want someone from Asia DT to call me. So what I'm going to do, I just click that one if I'm a customer, and then it asks me for the information. Exactly what I told Finn to do. To collect the name, collect the phone number, so I have that, and the best time to call. And that's it. And it will be connected to our team inside. And once the team receives it, which is technically they will get it here in the inbox, and that moment, just say for example, it was that person who wanted to um, be called, it would appear on that inbox. And then, just for the sake of example, that is Cian. I have the option to right away call Cian on that one. I have also the information and the phone number in here. So that's how powerful the workflow and how it would make your work easy and your system easy. Here, if you could see, there is also, I would want to bring you first before we go to the inbox, since we are still in the workflow, the messages. This messages part is again more targeted. Like I've showed you earlier in this dashboard, wherein you could create a customized banner or checklist or product tour. This is where you do it in the back end. So you have an option to do it here. There's a template, or you could create from scratch, or in series as well. There's a template available, or you could start from scratch. Like an example, in my case, I would want to start an email campaign. I would click on email, and then when sent, I could set an example or rule there that when it is sent, when replied to, okay, what's next that I would want them to do, and then when the example, if in my email there's a link to that's need to be clicked, once it is clicked, what should I do? If it's, I mean, after 3 days they have not opened yet, what to be the next step? So it gives you the leverage of, number one, less manual task, because you only are creating the workflow that the system will follow. And you could continue your other work, not minding this other task, because it's already preset that you have made it. So that's how the workflow works. And now I'm going to bring you to inbox. Inbox, like I mentioned earlier, it gives you the holistic view of everything. Here, what you could see all the emails that you're getting, unassigned emails. It gives you an overview. Okay, I still have 115 unassigned. And I have also my own inbox, wherein I could see my own customers that I need to take care of, and dimensions, which I'll show you later. Here below, these are other platforms that we've connected. We have WhatsApp, we have Facebook Messenger, we have email. This way, we don't need to open different kinds of tabs. Like I need to open our Messenger, I need to open our company chat app. We need to open the Google or the Microsoft email because this is everything in one space. And at the same time, I could also customize it, whether if the conversation or the inquiry from the customer is about customer service, or is it about customer complaints, or if it's new customer, what are the offerings that we have for the customers or the new customers? Do we need to collect the information? Do we give them rebates or 10% discount on the order? It's up to you. But it's or more streamlined. And say, for example, let's just go to my email. So this one, I am in my inbox and I could see here right now, for example, Sian. I would know that I have been already in communication with him. Just for the sake of this conversation, we've got an inquiry from him. Right away, I could see information that has been collected prior about him. So I could see his name, what company he's been working for, his location actually, his email, and his phone number. This gives me the leverage of I know the details of my leads, whether it is a lead or whether it's our customer. And I have a history of the conversation. In my case, if I needed to one create a ticket, or if I needed to call this client, or if I needed to just snooze this or just close this conversation. Also, I have the option on whether I could reply by, if you could see here, I have an option to reply with different. I could use a compose note, I reply, I could set a ticket, I could send emojis and stuff like that. You could do it. Or I will not reply, but I could just take notes, and maybe I could mention my teammate, anything that's important that my teammate needed to know about this in case they call back again. Also here, the Copilot. Remember that it acts as internal GPT. Say, for example, earlier, he's asking about Pulse. I don't know what Pulse is. I'm new in the business or I'm new in the company. I could take advantage of the co-pilot. I could ask, what is Tableau agent? It gives me information. I could copy it, paste it, and tada, I'm able to answer the customers right away. As simple as that. Now, um, I could also see here who are my teammates. Okay, so these are my teammates. I have here like Zmark, I have Ned and all. I wanted to invite or add more teammates and the role. So say for example, these are my teammates who have been working with our customer currently. Now I will invite another client that we have. Say for example, I have a Marlex Basilio dot Basilio at example DKM.com. So this is the teammate that I would want. And then it gives me the opportunity to set permission for him. Here, I could give him what role I would want him, so as well as whether if I'm going to give him a full seat or a light seat, depending on the pricing plan that you purchase, so as well as I could give him also the permission in everything, or I could limit his access to everything inside intercom information. So this is so much about the intercom. And let's go to knowledge base. Knowledge base, this is where actually a hub wherein everything that you have ingested to the intercom, whether it's from the link, articles, snippets, PDF file, everything is in here. And the good thing about this one is you would know, you could also ask for content. You could upload via new folder. So as well as, say for example, you could see the content performance. You could see as well the unresolved questions from Fin. So you would know, like I've mentioned, it gives you the leverage of what's working, what's not working, what's frequently asked questions, what are the documents that we don't have that is frequently asked by your customers. So it would give you an overview of this one. The good thing about this as well is, say for example, I have the option for Benson. Um, I could allow, I mean, I have the option to move folder, or I could allow whether to answer Fin or Copilot. So meaning to say, if there's an inquiry about something that I would want only the agents, human agents can answer, then basically I could just block the AI or the Fin not to answer and allow the co-pilot to answer it. So each time a customer would ask that question, Finn would know right away that he is not allowed to answer it. It is he would transfer it to a human agent. So that's it. That's more on the knowledge base. Reports. This is one of the game changer as well, I'd say, because not only that, this is um real time, it can be customized as well depending on the metrics that you are focusing on as an organization, your SLA, and all. So, say for example, in my case right now, it gives me an opportunity to compare my task versus the last task. Not only that, I would want to know about the rate of my chatbot replied or the conversation rating. It gives me the leverage whether how well we are providing the customer service in real time. Say, for example, if I needed here, by the way, I'll walk you through. Currently, what's important for us is the growth, conversation by channel, what is the Fin performance so far, um, resolution rate by Fin that we are currently having for this month is 66.7%. Because in our case, what we're doing is we do the human response right away. So here we have a good number, which is 66.7% rate. And say, for example, if I needed to create my own report, and there is an option for me, whether if I wanted to customize it or it's preset already. In my case, I wanted to create my own report and I would want to focus more on the overall CSAT score of how my team is working on, including Fin. I would also wanted to see or compare my teammates' CSAT score or Fin agent score. So Fin AI has its CSAT as well. I would name it as Mila's report 31 July, and then I'll save it because it would generate. I save it. It could actually add chart or anything. Now, if I have also the capacity to share it to a teammate, I would say, for example, I would want to share it to Chiu, and then I have an option as well whether Chiu is a full access or explore only or view only of my report. I will confirm it. So that's my report. Now it goes here right away because I created one. In the case that I need to do this bi-weekly or monthly and it's a routinary report, I could just duplicate it and then do some tweakings on that as easy as 1, 2, 3, and then I could just start editing whatever I would want. So that's with reports. Now the inbound, which is, I know I've mentioned this earlier already about the messages and the series, but this is a game changer wherein it would really allow you to customize your service to your customer. It's very easy to use. You don't need to code. There's an option whether you want it targeted, like I mentioned earlier, here an option whether you want it by post, by product tour, by survey, even carousel, actually, SMS, and news, even in WhatsApp. That's one thing you could create from scratch. Or series, like I've mentioned, if you have a marketing campaign that it's long running, it gives you also the leverage to really reach out and do your sequence with your customer. For the last part would be the contacts. Contacts is more on, remember earlier I showed you that it collects all the data. So this one, say for example, all the leads here, it gives me all the information and what are their interaction with me. I forget earlier, let me just go back. I could see all the inbox. I mean, here I could see all the contacts and when did my last interaction with them, what was the last interaction, and what is the type. I could customize this one. Let's go back to inbox Cian, and the name of the customer is Cian. In my case, so here it was assigned to me. This is a new customer, and based on the conversation, just for the scenario, I know that he is a target lead, he can be a good customer for our product Tableau. So this one, it allows me to leave notes so that anyone from my team that will interact with the next time he reaches out to us, they have an idea already which product he is a prospect. So in my case, as I was able to label him, he is a prospect for our Tableau. So everything that you could see here, everything that um, customers have reached out to us. If you could see, by the way, if they reach out to us in Chinese, it's automatically answered in Chinese as well. If in English, AI is able to answer that. Um, yeah, so with everything that I've mentioned in here, it goes to the contacts and it allows me to see all the leads. If there's companies, it has been collected as I could see here, like the first customer that I've mentioned, Cian, he works in pink.com. So everything gives me an overview of his background of the company and his industry and the company size and all. Actually, this is based on how you would customize as well with your leads collection of its data. So yeah, that's so far I could share about Intercom. And you can easily connect with us through our LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and Facebook page for the latest updates, industry solutions, and insights. And for tailored support, reach out directly to us so we could discuss your needs and get customized solutions. Visit our website at www.dkmeco.com, or you could email us at dkminfo@dkmeco.com to learn more. Thank you for joining the webinar. Have a good day.